brain tickle, yeah.
That's one. Here's the other side. You okay?
Yeah, that was a tickle.
Same as last time with the results, we can't put any tools into your pocket.
Yeah. Will I get a fit to travel document or something
Day
like that?
13, I'll come round and give you your results tomorrow with all your documentation.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. And there you go. That's your COVID test. Just had my second COVID test today. Brain tickler. And the tonsil jiggler. Can you believe it's going to be 30 days until a new year? Yeah, today. As of today, it's 30 days until the beginning of 2021. Well, we all know where the year went. It went with Rona. You know, Rona took the year and just went on holiday with it to wherever she went. But I'm kind of reflecting on, so how do we see out this year? Because we have to see it out retrospectively. You know, I mean, in the midst of like, yes, 2021's done. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. In the midst of all that, there's got to be a deep reflective, because it's been that kind of year. We can't just see out the year without figuring out what's happened with us. Not so much with the planet, but what's happened with us. What's happened with who we are, how we are, how we're doing. You know, how we're making plans for 2021 as a result of where we've been in 2020. Because remember, this is not just a new year. Well, it was not only just a new year. Remember, this is the beginning of a whole new decade. It's the beginning of a whole new decade. You know, so I'm going to suggest 3 reflectives. I'm going to just suggest 3 reflectives to carry over the next 30 days. Maybe take 10 days for each one. Yeah? Maybe take 10 days for each one. Number 1, pay attention to what 2020 has been teaching you personally so that you don't miss the lessons. Because 2020 has been teaching you things personally, teaching you about your capacity, teaching you about where you've kind of just let things slip this year, teaching you about the depth of your spirituality, the depth of your faith in yourself, your faith in other people. I know it's been teaching you serious lessons about relationships with other people, about the people that are good for you and the people that just cannot go with you into 2020. Like, you can come with me, but you can't go with me. Pay attention to the lessons that life has been teaching you so that you don't miss the lesson. So maybe spend 10 days on that. All right, what has life been teaching me? What is the lesson that I may have been missing? Number 2, define the difference between what you know and what you think you know. And don't get caught up in what I call the presumption of assumption. The presumption of assumption, I've said it already. Just because you've been through it, it doesn't mean that you've learned from it. Just because you've experienced it, it doesn't mean that you've understood or you've done a deep dive in understanding what it is that you're supposed to have learned from this space. Understand and define the gap between what you know and what you think you know. Because in the center there, that's where learning is. What you think you know about yourself, what you think you know about people, what you think you know about the situation and the plans that you're laying. The situation you find yourself, the plans that you're laying, the people that you're doing business with, the people that you plan to do business with. Understand and define the difference between what you know and what you think you know. About the teams that you're leading. About the teams that you've been leading all the way across 2020, going into 2021. Understand the difference and define the difference between what you know and what you think you know. And lastly, I think this one is the hardest one. Never avoid the truth of you in the mouth of others. Now, some people may have not earned the right to speak truth to you, to speak difficult truths to you. They may not have earned the right to speak difficult truths to you, but the truth of you is still the truth. Even if it's in the mouth of somebody who may not have earned the truth, earned the right to speak that truth to you, but never avoid the truth of you in the mouth of others. Never avoid it, never fear it. What you need to avoid and fear is the lies you tell yourself in order to avoid that truth. That's what you need to fear. That's what you need to fear. So, at the end of this year, what are the truths? What are the truths of you that you just have to come to terms with and sit uncomfortably with? But in order for you to sit with an empowered sense of where you go from here, because the truth of you is your roadmap. The truth of you is your roadmap. If you're willing to sit comfortably or uncomfortably with the truth of you, then that is what provides the strength. That is what deepens your capacity. That's what provides the resilience. That is what strengthens your self-efficacy in order for you to move forward. Because you ain't going to want to live in the lie that you tell yourself, the lie that other people are gassing you with, the lies that have been created around you, the lies of the environment that you create around yourself in order to avoid the truth. So never fear or avoid the truth of you in the mouth of others. Fear and avoid the lies that you tell yourself in order to avoid it. I think those three things, carry them over the next 30 days. Carry them over the next 30 days. Pay attention to what life has been teaching you so that you don't miss the lesson. Understand and define the gap between what you know and what you think you know. And figure out in the center what it is. And number 3, never avoid or fear the truth of you in the mouth of others or in your own mind and in your own spirit. Let's carry those three. Let's carry those 3 into these next 30 days. And let's see out 2020. Let's see out 2020.